Hey everyone, it's me, Jory, here with a neat thing that happened on campus recently. On March 31st, the BHSU Music Department held a showcase on new music. You might be thinking, new music? Like on the radio? Not quite! New music is an extension of the classical music tradition, and it represents the cutting and creative edge of classical music. In addition, new music can incorporate elements of many different musical genres, including classical, jazz, rock, world music, and others. In the end, new music is simply that. Newly created music written by living composers. Professor Simeon Lassine, alongside music majors Josh Heisch and Josh Lehman, led this showcase, presenting their own original pieces alongside famous ones and a special guest.
To this concert of new music. So the word new, I think, should be clarified a little bit. So there are a couple of ways of thinking about new music. One is recently composed, so that's one kind of new music, right? It's fresh in our minds. It's just within the past 10 years or so, or however you define new. I guess the older you get, the longer range. Or you can also think of it as music that is eternally new. Music that, regardless of the time period, challenges your ear to redefine what music really is and what music can do. And one of my favorite quotes is by Stravinsky. Igor Stravinsky was the 20th century, a king of new music in the early 20th century. He said that the late Beethoven string quartets were new and will always be new. If we think about that, Beethoven is 200 years ago, right? But some of his pieces, those late string quartets, Stravinsky said they're always new because of their nature. And so I think that's true with some of the pieces on here that are over 50 years old, but still seem new because of the way they're composed and the way they make us think about music. So I'm going to start with a wonderful piece by Mario Davidovsky, which is kind of an old, new piece of music. This was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize in 1971. It's a very famous piece. You'll hear some interesting dialogue between my accompanist, which is the speakers, and me, piano. So I hope you enjoy. Hi. I wrote this piece, Ophonym Sprocket, and I'm going to read from the notes that I wrote. Ophonym is a type of angel found in the Bible. It's the one that's like a bunch of burning wheels in the sky that are like interlocking, if you're familiar with that. And a sprocket is a toothed wheel found in like gears and like machinery and stuff. I actually came up with the name accidentally because I knew what an ophonym was, but I didn't know what a sprocket was, and the name just came into my head. And then I looked up the meaning of sprocket and realized that it's like a gear, and it's kind of weird how it like makes sense in a way. I don't know if it has to do with aliens or something, but so I made a audio file where I made basically a bunch of sounds with my hand on random objects, and then I took a audio recording of the choir singing "Come Sweet Death" by Bach, and then I like stretched it out and made a bunch of like weird sounds out of it, and then I had my fine friends ask them if they wanted to play instruments over that. So it was really fun writing because I usually limit myself to more traditional ways of notating things, and this is like very free and improvisational and stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to use my flip phone as a stopwatch.
One of the many organizations here at BHSU include the student-run newspaper, The Jacket Journal. Within this organization, students report, write, and produce a print and digital newspaper for the college. From planning and reporting to printing and distribution, the process has been going on for decades. And it's up to the students at BHSU to keep this form of media alive.
The Jacket Journal newspaper is a student organization, and all students are welcome to participate regardless of their major or emphasis. The NCOM 495 practicum class and the Jacket Journal staff produce a hard copy newspaper, as well as the online version on bhsumedia.com. The Jacket Journal aims to distribute information about campus, community, and global news. Their goal is to provide the readers with the highest quality, unbiased news and most effective multimedia coverage possible. Editorial, production, photography, and advertising staff positions are available each semester. Writers are always welcome to submit news and features. Photographs, graphics, and comics are also accepted for review and possible inclusion. The newspaper offers the opportunity for forum and discussion and encourages articles offering diverse voices, news from all colleges, departments, and programs, and letters to the editor, as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The production process starts off with the staff getting together to go over edits on stories they've written. Then the stories are sent over to the editor, and they start on the page layout and InDesign. This process can take up to 4 hours and requires a lot of edits from the advisor. Once the design is approved, it's sent over to Seton at Black Hills Pioneer for print. There they receive the PDF and then print around 1,500 copies of the Jacket Journal. The printing process can take a long time, as the workers have to make sure all the colors are aligned by adjusting knobs on the printer to ensure the papers print correctly. They then distribute 500 copies around Spearfish and the surrounding area. The rest of the 1,000 copies get sent to BHSU, where the staff will distribute around campus and local businesses. Pick up a copy today.
Students from the video production class have been reporting news all semester. Here's a selection of recent news stories from the class.
Deadwood definitely brought the bayou to the Black Hills this weekend. It was day 2 of the Mardi Gras celebration. Festivities started early with the Cajun food cook-off from 2 to 4 p.m., the finest Cajun foods in the region, and a free cook-off competition at certain participating locations. However, the February cold couldn't keep attendees from sticking around to watch the weekend-ending nightly parade. Started at 7 p.m., a great spot on Main Street, and over 100,000 sets of beads were seen during the parade. Top and popular floats were rewarded with a cash prize. It was a great light show and a great way to end the weekend celebration here in Deadwood, South Dakota.
On March 26th, local businesses in downtown Rapid City partnered with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association to host the Brews for Pups pub crawl. Humans and their furry friends came for good drinks and stayed for a good cause to benefit South Dakota service dogs. With a $10 registration fee, participants received a card they could stamp at each stop along the route by either making a purchase or answering a trivia question. By the end of the 5-hour night, the event had raised a total of $2,817. The commander and secretary of the South Dakota chapter of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association hopped on camera to say a few words about the event.
Hi, my name is Joshua White.
I'm Joshua Casola, I'm the secretary.
I'm the commander for the 30-1 Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association. We're doing Brews for Pups pub crawl today, and the proceeds are going to benefit the South Dakota service dogs.
So Tony, the commander, CEO of South Dakota Service Dogs, great friend of mine, runs a great organization.
So what we're doing is basically a pub crawl from various breweries throughout Rapid City, and stops along the way. They have to answer trivia questions, etc. There's prizes and stuff at the end.
And each of the breweries donated. They gave an upfront donation to help us raise funds. So that plus the proceeds from the ticket sales. And we're, again, hoping to raise enough money to pay for at least one dog to go through the program.
On April 9th, the Dakota Amnichie Student Organization held its 37th annual Dakota Amnichie Wachipi at the Donald E. Young Center on the Black Hills State campus here in Spearfish. The event took place during American Indian Awareness Week and is meant to showcase to the community and to the public American Indian history and culture of the region. The theme this year was the boarding school era, our journey of healing and historical trauma. This is the first time since 2019 that they have been able to hold the event. As well as attending the event, I also got the chance to speak with Eunice Straighthead, who helped with the event and is an intern for the American Indian Center at Black Hills State.
Wachipis are a big part of growing up and a part of like dancers, and like it's a lot of taking back our identity with we're taking back our identity in a way with doing something and expressing ourselves that we were restrained from doing a long time ago. It's a long time ago that we dance and we can be ourselves, so we wear regalia, speak our language, practice any type of any practices of our culture. So throwing on these events is not only welcoming a lot of other people that we welcome other people to join in and participate and see like our culture flourish compared to in the past where we couldn't really practice who we were, our identities and everything. So just being able to see the dancers and everyone represent their family and their tribe is a big honor and a big celebration to be a part of.
The event was a great success, seeing higher turnout than years past, which was probably due to the cancellation the last 2 years. The event lasted from the early afternoon into the evening before closing at 9 p.m.
Looking for antiques, maybe some new furniture or clothing? How about just a good time with the family? The Traders Market is the place for you. Located in the Rushmore Mall, the Traders Market has all that you could possibly want and more.
My husband and I bought Traders Market 2.5 years ago. When we bought it, it wasn't quite as full as it is now, and it's grown over the years.
Having been open for 3 years, the market is home to many shops and stalls selling many different goods, ranging from glassware to cars. If you want it, there's a good chance you'll find it here. Open Friday to Sunday, there's something for everyone. If you're ever around, remember to stop by and browse the wares, and maybe even leave with something you didn't know that you needed.
This is Kendra Willow reporting live from Canyon Lake Methodist Church at their annual Easter egg hunt. The football field behind the church is littered with approximately 1,800 eggs. 300 children showed up ready to race around the field. The Easter Bunny showed up as well, ready to say hi and take pictures with the children and families. Why are you here today?
I want to be at the Easter egg hunt.
Well, what are you most excited about?
Candy!
Wow! Cool! Well, there you have it. Thank you for joining me. For those of you at home, come out and join the festivities.
Hello, and welcome back to Bear Bacon Breakdowns. It's been, according to YouTube, like 7 years since I recorded an episode. I'm Jory, and as always, I'm joined by Alex here. It's been a long time, you know. I mean, I don't have a beard anymore. I've actually gotten younger in the last 7 years. It's crazy how that works. But we're always excited to talk about music, and would you believe it? A lot of music has come out in the last 7 years. I know I'm always excited when I listen to the radio and find out they're still making songs. It's amazing to me. They make new movies too. It's wild how that works. I would have thought they would have run out by now. So I just want to talk about a couple of albums that have come out that I've liked more recently. I think Alex might have some for us too. Even though it just came out 2 months ago, album by the band Just Friends, Hella, came out in February, I believe. We didn't ever have a chance to talk about them on the show before because they were not... Well, they were a band when we did it. They just had like EPs and stuff out. But they've had 3 full lengths since then, and this latest album is probably their best. They're from the Bay Area in California. A friend of ours, Matt Yankovic, he plays guitar in there. We met him when we went to see Brand New in California in like 2014, I believe. And it was really cool. And it's really cool to see like his band get really big. And I love the kind of sound they went to. They started with like a almost ska adjacent, like emo-y type of band, and now they have this weird like pop sound that's really interesting. They have features from Lil B and Hobo Johnson on the album, despite also having like weird sad songs in their early career. It's interesting to see that go through. Another band that I'd like to talk about, and I'm not sure if you've gotten the chance to listen to that. I keep bothering you to listen to them, but I know you're busy. I appreciate making it out from Seattle all the way to do another show with us. But Spanish Love Songs, they were on tour with one of our favorite bands, the Wonder Years, earlier this year. I had the chance to see them. I don't remember if you had the chance to see them back home, but they're basically just like an extension of a band that we really like. I started listening to them partially because the kid I work with is super into them, despite being from Murdo, South Dakota. He really likes weird music, which surprises me, but I guess I don't know what else you're going to do out in Murdo. But also, even the 7 years, we just listen to the same stuff. Not a whole lot has changed. We still like the same loser, sad boy, emo, pop punk stuff that we were listening to 7 years ago. But is there anything that you'd like to talk about? Oh yeah, that is a good one. But anyway, thank you for watching. It's been nice that we've been able to make a new episode here after 7 years. I hope you enjoyed the other stuff on this program that's probably more informative than us just rambling again. So thank you.